Hello everyone, I greet you with your time wherever you are watching from. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to potential travelers. Okay, not only potential travelers, we also be talking to people that are new in Western countries. Okay, if you know or that you want to travel to Western country, um, seeking for a better life, there are three things that you need to know, and I'm going to be giving it to you. These three things are very important, okay, in every Western country that you may be in. All right. These three things are in every Western country. Okay. Even if it's not, even if those countries are not English-speaking countries, they still have it in their languages. Okay, so if you know you want to live wherever you are, due to economic downturn, bad leaders, um, and so many other uncomfortable stuff, uncomfortable things that can make us um, want to leave. Okay, I know there are a lot of stuff that will make us want to leave uh, uh, these countries. Okay, if you know you are coming to Western country, please carry your chair and sit down. Okay, this video, listen to it attentively, and the information I'm going to be giving you is going to help you when you get to these when you get to Western countries. Okay, so like I said, um, every country has these three things. Okay, every country that you may be in. Okay, as far as it's a Western country, they have this thing. Okay, these three things. All right. It might not be written in English. It might not be. It might be in their own language, but they sure have it. That is a confirmed information. They have these three things. Okay. Number one of them is very important. That is the most important one. That's why I placed it in number one. Okay. Number two is also important. Very, very important. It's only number three that is optional. Okay. Number three is optional. And these three things are going to help you um, in that country that you are going to live in. Okay. These three things will help you. It's going to help you in a lot of ways. Okay, so you must do your best not to ruin uh, any of these things, especially the number one and the number two. Okay, um, I know there are hardships in our countries. Okay, that's why we want to live. Okay, so please listen, pay attention to these three things. All right. Um, the number one on the list is your record. Okay. As soon as you are planning to come to a Western country, um, your record with that country start from your country, start from your visa application, and all that. Okay. That record you must maintain it. Okay. If you want to live comfortably without any fears, without any worry or anything that will be, making your mind skip or disturbing your heart. Okay, so number one is your record. All right, once you come into a country, the number one thing you are going to protect is your record. Okay, your record is everything about you, your data, everything about you. Okay, if you are someone that is involved in dubious activities or someone that likes to commit crimes, don't try it in the Western countries. Okay, your record must be maintained. all right, because it's very, very important. You see those fingerprints that you did when you made your visa application. That is part of your record. Okay, you must maintain that record. Okay, um, you must do things that aligns with the law of that country that you are in. Okay, don't do anything that will negatively uh, implicate you. All right. Um, if you can maintain your record in Western country, things to make things a little bit easier for you. Don't let anyone mess it up for you. Don't let anything mess it up for you, because it's going to help you. All right, like in Toronto, in Canada, if you have a bad record, you cannot even travel to the States. Okay, a lot of people, they have Canadian passports, but they cannot travel to the States because of criminal record. That's why I made it number one, because it's very, very important. Not only to the States, to other Western countries. They are not going to let you in. Okay, you can buy your flight ticket and go there, but at the end, they are going to send you back, because they have a central database that they communicate with each other. So you must maintain your record to the best of your ability. Okay. Another thing that you will that you your record that your record will ease for you is your papers. All right. Your record must be clean before you get papers in any Western country. Your record must be clean. Okay, so don't go to a Western country and start misbehaving, going out with wrong people, and this thing. And I must say this: when you are in a Western country, uh, keep your circle small. Okay, especially when you just arrive new, you have to keep your circle small. The smaller your circle is, the better for you. Okay, you're not going to experience a lot of dramas. Okay, so keep your circle small. Okay, it will help you a lot. Okay, and another way your record will help you is, let's say I don't wish anybody this. Let's say you couldn't get your papers right, and they deported you. Okay, if you have a clean record, after certain years you will be able to apply for the visa and come back to that country. Or if you are lucky enough, you have somebody, maybe a woman that a wife or a woman that wants to marry you, they can marry you and bring you back to that country. But if you have a criminal record, it's not going to go through. It's not going to go through. Okay, so you must at all times keep your record clean. Okay, you will come across a lot of people, especially when you are new. You may have a roommate. You will have all kinds of people in your life. Especially roommates. When they know that you are new, some of them, they will want to borrow money from you, and they know that you don't have papers, and they wouldn't want to pay back. They want to get in fight with you. I'm not saying every roommates are like that, but some of them, that is what they do. They know that you don't have your papers yet, so you cannot fight them. Some of them, they want you to use your name to go and buy something for them, so that they will be paying you gradually. And after you do that, they don't want to pay anymore. So you have to be aware of that and be careful of that, such people. Okay? So you have to, if you have a criminal record, you will not be able to get certain jobs. Okay? There are some jobs that you are qualified for, and if they check your record and you have a bad record, that job, you are not going to get it. Okay, so record is very, very important in Western countries. So you must do your best to keep your record clean. Okay, I'm going to be giving you guys a few stories. Okay, there was a guy that came to Western country, and they took him to immigration detention camp, and something happened between him and another person, and they got into a fight, physical fight, and that was what ruined his papers, and he was eventually sent back to his country. Okay, so guys, be careful. All right, don't let family pressure push you into ruining your record. Okay, I remember a story of a guy in Thailand that family was putting pressure on, send money, send money, send money. They were pushing pressure on this guy, and this guy got into drugs, and he was caught and jailed. All right, Thailand has extensive jail terms for drug traffickers, so that this guy was jailed for a very long time. I don't know if he's out by now. So you have to pay attention to this stuff, okay? A lot of people are in jail because of their record. They ruined it. You know, a lot of people couldn't cross the border anymore to a country. Maybe they are going for a vacation. They couldn't cross it anymore due to their bad record. Okay, so your record is very, very important. So you will have to stay out of trouble at all times. Okay, staying out of trouble or walking away from trouble doesn't mean you are weak. It actually makes you the stronger person. Okay, so you must do all you can, everything within your power to maintain your record. Okay, if you, like I said, if you are someone who likes to commit crimes, a Western country is not for you. Just stay where you are. Okay, if you want to come to Western country, those your crime, your criminal clothings, put them in one place and burn them. Okay, don't just drop them. Just make sure you burn those criminal activities clothings that you have. Okay, so your record must be clean. All right, for things to be a little bit better for you. Okay, when your record is clean, it's going to help you a lot. It's going to help you in so many ways. Okay, so do your best to maintain your record. That was number one. Okay, number two is your credit. Okay, don't let anyone ruin your credit for you. Okay, your credit is very, very important. Credit is the way you build your credit is to, when you take a loan from the bank, you know, and you pay back the loan, so your credit will gradually start building up. So don't let anyone use your name to go and borrow money in the bank, or you go and co-sign for something for someone you don't even know. If you know the person very well, you can co-sign for them. Somebody that you trust very well, you can co-sign for them. But don't co-sign for anybody you just met on the road, or somebody that you are just friends for not too long, and you are going there to co-sign for the person. The person you should co-sign for is somebody that you really know. They're a family member, a very close friend that you've been friends for long. You know what they can do and what they cannot do. All right, so that is the person you can co-sign for. Okay, your credit is very, very important. Okay, for people that have family in Western country, they can borrow money from their family, you know, sometimes and all that. But there's a limit, limit to the money your family member can borrow you. Okay, when it comes to those chunk of money to do a project or to do something, it has to come from the bank. Okay, so that is the more reason you must maintain your credit so that it will not be ruined. Okay, there's nothing like Mama Osakpolo, please come and borrow me this. Mama Matthew, come and give me this. uh, Western world is not like that. Everybody mind their business. Okay, you might even be living with a neighbor and don't, like, you guys haven't spoken for like 2 3 years. There's not even like not that you guys are quarreling, no, but there's no time. Everybody mind their business. Okay, that's why Western world is very very boring sometimes. Okay, so uh, that's the more reason you must maintain your credit. Okay, so that anytime you need money, you can be able to go to your credit card. You can be able to go to your bank to borrow money from them. Okay, so but if your credit is bad, it's going to affect you in many ways. If you want to buy a house, they're going to look at your credit. If your credit is bad, you will not be able to buy a house. Okay, if your credit is bad, you will not be able to lease a car. Like, yeah, you will not be able to lease a car. You will not be able to do so many things. Okay, so you must maintain your credit so that you can be able to do things that you will want to do. Okay, so you have to maintain your credit. All right, so even if you have a bad credit, there are certain jobs you cannot get, just like your record. The obstacle that your record can cause too, your credit can also cause it. Okay, for example, if you want to become a police officer, if you have a bad credit, you are likely not to get the job. Okay, so you must maintain your credit. Okay, or if you are seeking for a job that is highly competitive, and the every one of job applicants, maybe everyone uh, has all the qualifications, so they will now channel the hiring process to credit. So they will now use credit to determine who gets the job. So you must maintain your credit at all times. Okay, I've seen people who destroy their credit because of $500, $200 phone bills, because they were given phone service and they didn't pay back. Some were given a credit card of $500 and they didn't pay back the money, so that ruined their credit. So they will not be able to borrow money from the banks anymore. So you have to be careful when it comes to your credit. Okay, that is that's number 2, right? Number 3 on the list is your driver's license. Your driver's license is optional, right? Not everybody wants to drive, right? Um, your driver's license, you can either choose to drive or not to drive. Okay, so this does not apply to everybody. Okay, because it's not everybody that wants to drive. Okay, driver's license, like in Toronto, we have like for cars, we have like 3 classes of license. Okay, we have G1, we have G2, and we have G. All right. Don't let anybody, if you're living in Canada, don't let anybody tell you to go and drive with G1, because you cannot drive with G1. The only way you can drive with G1 is when somebody with G is the full license. Somebody with G is sitting by your side. Okay, don't make the mistake of driving with G1, because it has gotten a lot of people in trouble and mess up their driving abstract and cause them to pay huge sum of money for tickets, because when you are caught, you are going to pay huge sum of money for ticket. They are going to fine you. So don't make that mistake. Okay, although in some countries, I'm talking about Canada, but in some countries they have only one class of license. like Germany and some other countries in Europe, they have only one class of license for cars. All right, so you can just get that one license and start to drive. All right, but in Canada, it's not like that. When you have G1, G1 is a written test, so you cannot drive with it except somebody with full G is sitting by your side, okay, before you can drive. But with G2, you can drive, and with G, you can drive. I remember when I got my license, my G1, I wanted to go, I decided to wait to get my G2, and some people were telling me, you can drive with G1, it doesn't matter, drive with G1. I drove with G1. Don't fall in that trick. Don't fall in that trap. Some people have messed up their record, and they want you to mess up yours too. So don't fall for that trick. All right. If you are in a Western country that they have only one class of license, that is good. And once you get it, you can start driving. Okay, I'm going to tell you a story about myself, my experience with my driving in this country. All right, when I came new, I had my Nigerian license. My Nigerian license was valid, but I did not have a Canadian license. All right, but somebody made me drove with a Nigerian license. Somebody made me drove. If not for God that protected me, I would have gotten in big trouble in this country. So don't let anyone tell you to go and drive with a class of license that is not permitted to drive in the country. All right. So this person made me drove a car, which was not really good because I didn't know that it's a serious crime. If they had caught me driving without proper license, it would have been a very, very big problem for me. Okay. That time I didn't even have my papers. I didn't even have anything. So it would have affected me a lot. Okay, so don't let anyone tell you to go and drive with class of license that is not permitted in that country. Okay, you must pay you must pay attention to this information. All right. Like I said, it's optional for someone to drive in the country. That's why I put this as number 3. All right. So it's optional. You can, especially in countries where they have good transportation system. Okay. In Europe, a lot of people don't drive because there's good transportation system in Europe, especially those train channels. They can easily take train and other means of public transportation. All right, but the only things that can make you need a license is the weather. All right, sometimes it's extremely cold, and you want to go and get a license to drive. Sometimes to take your children to school, to do groceries. Okay, that's why a license is very important. Okay, so you must protect your license. Okay, you must protect your license. Don't let people tell you to do what you are not supposed to do, especially if you are new. Some people, they know that you're going to get in trouble, but they just want to talk and feel big about themselves, that they know it all. So they will give you wrong information that can mess up your driver's license. Okay, so don't fall for that trick, and don't fall for that kind of deceit. All right, so license is very, very important. Driver's license is very, very important in Western country. Like I said, it's optional, okay? Especially for those that is phobia to driving. Okay, there are some people who don't want to drive at all. Okay, so just Maintain these three things. They are going to help you. Your record is number one. It's very, very important. Your credit is number two. It's very, very important. Your driver's license is number three. It's important as well, but it's optional. Okay, it's optional. It's not everyone that wants to drive. Okay, so just maintain these three things, and it's going to make your life easier in a Western country. In a situation where you have all these three things messed up, it is better to go back to your country. Okay, I will say that. If you have all these three things messed up, it is better to go back to your country, especially that record, that number one. Your record is very, very important. Please don't mess up your record. All right? I think I've given you all the information that I have today. All right? If this is your first time of coming across my video, please like, comment, share, and follow my page. All right? Like I said before, protect these three things. Don't let anyone mess it up for you, because they are very, very important. It's very, very important in your life in Western countries. All right? I'm going to let you go. You have a nice day, and God bless. Ciao.